We have been mocking and ridiculing Dragon Age the Veilguard basically since we saw the trailer with the massive ratio, and it was very obvious that this was not going to be a game that pleased normie gamers, a game that pleased Dragon Age fans, a game that pleased really anyone. But in all likelihood, some of the critics would absolutely suck this thing up, and they did. It's exactly what these critics did, especially the ones that happen to have pronouns in their bios. Big difference between how the gamers felt and how the critics felt. And as we've witnessed, it is never enough. It is never enough for them, Jeremy, even the ones that love the fact that it's inclusive. It's just not done the right way, and it's not enough for us. The Veilguard makes me feel seen as a trans player, but Blockbuster Games can do better.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Or this is my favorite one from PC Gamer a couple days ago. Dragon Age the Veilguard's leap forward in trans inclusion comes from a heartfelt place, but its problems left me feeling frustrated, angry, and tired. And the funniest part of this article is that this person felt so passionately about how they love the fact that there's trans and non-binary people in there and they can feel seen, but it's just not a good enough story to like do its service, that he actually came out as non-binary in this article. And like revealed a bunch about his personal life just to tell everyone how invested he really was in this. And it's the first time he'd ever revealed it to anyone.
Holy shit. That's
no
amazing.
shit. Old Harvey Randall, bless his heart, or they them's heart. I don't fucking know. But it is never enough. Even the most woke, insane game written, or the game director is trans. One of the lead writers was non-binary, which is why you're getting these stories exactly like they are. But you know what? They're very upset. Because on this list for Game of the Year from the Game Awards, Dragon Age the Veilguard nowhere to be found. In fact, virtually nowhere in the Game Awards is Dragon Age the Veilguard found. And now the game journalists are mad about that. There was one big snub in the Game Awards nominations. Dragon Age the Veilguard, a game engineered to succeed at the Game Awards, did not.
Lord, man.
Just think about the phrasing. A game engineered to succeed at the Game Awards, meaning that it should appeal to all these freaks.
Mm-hmm.
Is essentially what that means. The Game Awards aren't known much for waves of shock and surprise, so proved with the 2024 nominees a fairly well-rounded list in which most of the year's best reviewed and best loved games got some love. But there was one title very striking for its almost complete absence. Dragon Age, the Veilguard. The Game Awards voting jury snubbed BioWare's latest game in a series of key categories where it would have been expected to compete. It secured just one nomination for innovation and accessibility, which is decided by a specialist jury. Hey, maybe the game fucking sucks. Maybe the game is trash. Have you ever thought about that? Holy shit.
This puts everything into perspective about these freaks. We have said this for years. We will continue to say it because it needs to be said. They're never happy. They're never satisfied. This is why the whole nonsense about just have a conversation. These freaks are not worried about having a conversation. In fact, having a conversation with freaks like this is detrimental because all it does is give them an inch. They'll take a mile. They're never satisfied. They're never happy. They're always looking for something more. You have a conversation with them. You try to find middle ground, which is what normal human beings have done for all of eternity. Not with these weirdos right here. They're not looking for that. They're always looking for you to do exactly what they want you to do. That's it. They're not looking for compromise. And the moment you think you have a compromise, you know what happens? They're going to add something else to the equation to be a fake offended over. These people are mentally fucking ill. This game represents all of them. Their reaction to this game represents them, and it proves all of us right. Never satisfied. Fuck these freaks. Fuck these weirdos. And fuck the Game Awards too, by the way.
Yeah, 100%. I don't put too much stock necessarily in the Game Awards, but these people do.
Oh, no, 100%, yeah.
Because they're the ones that get to decide. They're the ones who do all of this. It's all the members of the mainstream media that take up the vast majority of the vote. So the fact that they're melting down over, one of the shittiest games that's been released this year in Dragon Age the Veilguard, they're melting down over it not getting more awards. It did get that, yes. It got, what was it? innovation and accessibility, which probably means, hey, look, it's better for colorblind people, or people with no arms can play this game easier. Shit like that. Which very important if you're blind or have no arms, I'm sure. But it's not one of the bigger award categories. We'll just say that.
And didn't they say like that it was put together by a specialty panel or something like that when they even specialist jury, is that what they said? Yeah. So they had to put that in there to go, it's not representative of gamers or the industry, blah 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 blah. So yeah, I mean this game is a complete and total failure. You said they haven't updated the sales numbers, right?
BioWare has not given us a number yet. No.
You know why? We know why.
Sucks.
Because it sucks, and it's not going to benefit them very much to release that sales data at all. So again, where are all the freaks out there that claim that they want to support these things? Where are they? Why aren't they buying it? Because the modern audience doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a modern fucking audience. There's no such thing as an audience and a fan base that wants to support something that they've been supporting for years. Modern audience is a big fucking lie. That's all it is.
Yeah, like look at this reasoning. This is a surprise. As narrative-led blockbuster in a famous series with slick production values, Dragon Age: The Veilguard is exactly the kind of game that tends to do well at the Game Awards. Its predecessor, Dragon Age Inquisition, won Game of the Year in 2014. So, because the predecessor, which sold probably about 10 times more copies, and there was some criticism for Dragon Age Inquisition, but was received much better than Dragon Age: The Veilguard because it won. You're shocked that The Veilguard isn't getting. What sense does that fucking make? Like, that would be like you, Jeremy, saying, "Man, I thought The Dark Knight was one of the greatest fucking movies ever made. It should have been nominated for all these things. Why didn't Batman v Superman get nominated for these things?" Like, that's the same type of thought process. It's absolutely no fucking sense.
Exactly.
But that's who these people are. They're retarded.
Yep. So continue to enjoy being mentally unhinged and continuing to chase. Like, I can't imagine like living life like these weirdos do, where they're just constantly chasing this victim narrative with everything. But again, when you have mentally ill people and you're constantly being told by the powers that be, whether it be Hollywood weirdos or the Democrats or whatever, where it's like, embrace your mental illness. Don't embrace your mental illness. Get that shit looked into. Fucking fix yourself. Don't embrace this shit. Don't celebrate that you have a mental illness. Get your shit, fixed. Work it out. But this narrative of like, this is why so many people have, you've seen this rise in all of these things, because it's been like conditioned. They're conditioned to embrace it instead of just try to address it, celebrate it, put it in their fucking. Who the fuck puts their mental illness in their bio on social media? What a weird fucking dynamic.
People who probably aren't actually mentally ill and are just seeking attention.
This is very true. Very true.
And then the ones that put pronouns in their bios are mentally ill.
Yes, they are.